The Steering Committee on the Implementation of the Building Bridges Initiative report released on 27 November 2019, which was led by BBI Committee Chairman Yusuf Haji and was launched at the Bomas of Kenya, had hinted at a possibility of a referendum to endorse the outcome of the process by July 2020. Opposition leader Raila Odinga became on board in 2018 and allied himself with President Uhuru Kenyatta through the handshake in March 9, 2018. The ODM leader Raila Odinga, a man defined by his aggressive brand of politics, no longer criticized the government. On the contrary, he turned out to be the government's foremost defender on a number of issues, especially the war on corruption and the Big Four agenda. The BBI launch was attended by Deputy President William Ruto, governors and senators among others, whereby they had a speech towards the report. The coming together of President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader is commendable, and it's now upon Kenyans to help them implement the BBI report that was meant to unite the country. Deputy President William Ruto changed tack to avoid being seen as undermining the project that is supported by his boss, President Kenyatta. On January 25, 2020, the former Prime Minister headed to the coast, Mombasa, ahead of the planned marketing of the Building Bridges Initiative. Chief Administrative Secretary CAS Rachel Shebesh warned leaders allied to Deputy President William Ruto, who also attended the BBI meeting in Mombasa, guarded their tongue.
Especially kwa BBI, hii ni mtoto wetu. Tukania sisi kitu ingine kingi not our child. And if you are genuine about BBI, Tanga, I want to tell you, start from today. Stop abusing from today. Nisisikie ukitukana Raila ama Uhuru. Unajua kesho bado ni siku. Hata leo usithubutu. Ana walimu wa Mombasa, usithubutu tena kutukana Uhuru ama Raila. That is our bare minimum. Sasa zingine kujeni mtuambie. Lakini kutukana, because I'm telling you as a fact, I do not see the reason why I would abuse William Ruto. For what? First of all, she's level yangu, he's a deputy president. Are we together?
Shebesh further insisted that the Tanga MP should acknowledge the handshake between President Kenyatta and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. Homa Bay Women Representative Gladys Wanga, who was with Shebesh, had cautioned the Tanga MP against any attempt to derail the BBI Mombasa Forum.
Lakini ukikuja pale, what we want to tell you, come slowly. Come slowly. Mombasa huko coast, kuna wenyewe ambao wataleta pale kwa BBI mambo ya watu wa Mombasa na watu wa pwani kwa jumla. So ukikuja pale na wewe unasema mimi nakuja lazima niongee hapa, come slowly tafadhali my brother.
There will be no chance for foreigners to speak because that meeting is for canvassing the regional issues of the coast people. I want to ask William Ruto and Murkomen that there will be a BBI meeting in Eldoret. Let them come and speak in that meeting. That meeting, when we go, we will not speak. Ruto will speak because he's a resident of Rift Valley. He's not a resident of Mombasa.
The wing of the function insists that Ruto's perceived popularity has been because of his relentless movement, and Uhuru's visit to central Kenya will reverse his gains. President Kenyatta had earlier met 20 governors and unveiled a team of 8 county chiefs in the National Steering Committee of the BBI that will work with ODM leader in the report. The Kieleweke team led by Cherangany MP Joshua Kutuny say they now want to clip Ruto's swing so that Uhuru's side can take control of committee business. ODM leader launched the BBI consultative forums and rallies in Nyanza, Kisii County on January 12th, and also he was in Western Kenya, Kakamega County for a similar event. Kenyans want to get rid of corruption, negative ethnicity, politics of convenience, and bad governance, and this report has a chance to offer. In this case, let us listen the view of Kenyans about the BBI report.
Hiyo mambo isimame, we finish our term. Tukishamaliza our term, the next race iletewe hii this BBI.
Sawa.
Yeah. Thank you sana. Yeah. We shall talk in a genuine manner. Kama tungealikwa kule Bomas. Tungefanya talk ya maana. But now watu waliongea na kina nani? hata sikuwa. But thank you.
Santa Sinyecho, kwetu kabisa ni huko nyumbani hapo Nyairicha karibu na Nyangosea, yani Nyamira County. Mimi kazi ambayo nafanya kama Mkenya ni kazi ya kutora chai, kufanya watchman wakati ya night shift. Pia kukiwa na kazi yoyote mimi nitafanya. Hii kuhusu maneno ya bibi, mimi bibi yangu alinitoroka. Aliona ni kama mimi sikukuwa ninachukua kidogo, akapata kutoroka. Sasa jua hiyo maneno, mimi historia ya bibi siwezi participate au kama unavyoona mimi niko single and searching, confused and currently not knowing what is really going on.
Following an invitation to a sideline event during the 2020 National Prayer Breakfast in Washington, U.S., President Kenyatta and the ODM leader had their first talks on the international stage to extol the agreements that united their dispute political camps and which was led to the Building Bridges initiative that is expected to yield constitutional reforms.
Gestures mean more than contracts. And we said we weren't going to be tied up by writing agreements of which we're going to hold each other. What we're going to do is we're going to trust each other. And trust we would show through a gesture of a handshake.
Then we talked about unemployment in our country, the youth unemployment. And so there are all in all 9 factors that we identified. And we put the team to go and now put it together in writing. And indeed they went and put it in writing, and then eventually we launched it. And we called it the Building Bridges Initiative.
Preparation for the 2020-2021 national budget and the Building Bridges initiative were expected to dominate House business when Parliament had planned to resume the third session. The 2 houses were postponed to allow members to mourn and attend the burial of former President Daniel Arap Moi, who died on 4th of February at Nairobi Hospital. President Kenyatta was reportedly unhappy with some of the House leaders and committee chairs whose public actions and pronouncements have cast them as government critics. Those targeted were Murkomen, Kimani Ichung'wah, Whips Benjamin Washiali, Kihika, and Cecile Mbarire. Before the announcement of the first coronavirus case in Kenya, the Nakuru BBI rallies, which was supposed to be held on Saturday, was already promising fireworks. The confirmation of the first case of COVID-19 in Kenya by Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe on Friday effectively stopped the BBI rallies, which had raised political temperatures. The BBI implementations are under threat following the pandemic. Reporting from Nairobi County, I'm Mary Fuguza.